Hey, what's up, everybody? Torey Tolson here with you. Been traveling a little bit this week, so hadn't had a chance to cook, but I am back home and wanted to bring a little dish for you tonight. So before I left home on this last trip, I bought some Brussels sprouts, and so I need to cook them so they don't go. We're doing some savory Brussels sprouts in it. It got some brown sugar in it. We got some bacon in it, and I'm gonna put some balsamic glaze on it. So thank you guys for watching, and let's get to cooking. All right, so let me show you what we got here. So of course we got some bacon there, and that's 3 slices of bacon that I've just took my kitchen shears here and just cut them up. Of course, I got some Brussels sprouts. I've already cut most of them up. I got half of a shallot there, some sea salt, some Italian seasoning, some brown sugar, and some balsamic glaze, right? So I got some, bacon going over here, and the bacon is just cooking up, rendering the fat, because we're going to take our Brussels sprouts and shallots and kind of brown those in this mixture here, and that bacon is going to give those Brussels sprouts such a great flavor where you won't need a lot of anything else. And this is such a great dish to probably go with some fish. So I'm gonna probably run to the store and get some type of fish, something mild, some haddock or some cod or something would really go well with this, as well as like some salmon, So you can do, I would suggest though like a fish to go with this Brussels sprout dish. Okay, so we will let our Brussels sprouts keep cooking there for a second, and we'll go back over here, and let me just show you what I usually do with my Brussels sprouts. Okay, so over here I got, like I said, this is a pound of Brussels sprouts. So what I like to do with them is the Brussels sprouts kind of grow on a stalk, so they just kind of break them off, and so it has this hard little piece here on the end. So what you want to do is cut that off. So I just kind of cut it off, move that to the side, and a lot of times I just take off that little first layer of leaf. Okay, and then I'll cut them in half. Depending on how thick they are, you might want to cut them in quarters, but it just depends on what you like. So I just left 2 out so I can show you an example. I take that little outer layer of leaf off and put those in there. All right, same thing with our shallot. We want to cut it very fine, very small, thin slices. So we'll cut that up. For a pound of Brussels sprouts, it just depends on if you like a onion shallot taste to it. I do. So you can use the whole shallot if you want. And today I already put some in the oven, so I'll just be able to show you how those come out. Okay. And then we're gonna season it with some Italian seasoning and some sea salt. Okay. So let's go back over here and check on our bacon. Okay. All right. So our bacon is cooking in here, and you just get it to whatever crispiness you want to get it to. So those of you who are just joining us, we're doing some Brussels sprouts with some bacon and shallots in it. So I took 3 slices of bacon and just took my kitchen shears and cut them up. So I think our bacon is just about ready here. Okay. So I think that's good. You can get it to whatever crispiness you want to get it to. And then we're just going to take our bacon and just put it on a paper towel to drain. And because we cut it up, it doesn't make as much grease as it would if you would put it on like a cooling rack and put it in the oven. So we don't have to discard any of this bacon grease. We're going to use it all, okay? So I'm just going to move this over to another pan here and let it kind of just drain, okay? So to this bacon grease, I want to add our shallots. Okay, we got our shallots going, and I'm also going to add a clove of garlic, okay? So for that clove of garlic, I'm just going to simply cut it in about 3 pieces, okay? Okay, see, just cut that garlic clove into about 3 pieces. Gonna add that right to the bacon grease as well. We're gonna give that a little stir. You see already that onion is getting caramelized. And then we're gonna take our Brussels sprouts and pour them right into the skillet, okay? And you just want to make sure that all of your Brussels sprouts get coated with that bacon. So I'm just going to get these stirred around and make sure that that bacon grease is coated on all of our Brussels sprouts, okay? Our oven should be preheating to 400 degrees because we're going to put this entire cast iron skillet right in the oven. If you want some more caramelization, you can kind of try to fix the Brussels sprouts, you know, with your tongs in the pan and get them turned over so that they start to get brown on that flesh side of the Brussels sprout. Okay, and then at this point, this is where we're going to season it. So I told you I got my sea salt and I got Italian seasoning. So I'm just going to season this. Got some salt here. And then we got a little Italian seasoning. Okay, that's ready, and I'm just going to let these hang out for about a minute or 2. And again, like I said, we're just trying to let that browning of the Brussels sprouts kind of start to happen. Now, one other thing, sometimes you can find a very big Brussels sprout in the store, and if it's that large, you may want to start further the cooking process by steaming them a little bit before you put them in the oven. So if you have some that are extremely large that are not really going to cook through, you can add just a little bit of water to this pan and then cover it with a top. And that will steam the Brussels sprouts to make sure that they get nice and soft inside before you put them in the oven. Okay? So we stir it around. So you see that how that brownness is starting to get on that Brussels sprout? That's just what you want to do. So as I told you, we have preheated our oven to 400 degrees. And we're going to put the entire cast iron skillet. I told you to buy you a cast iron skillet. But we're going to put our entire cast iron skillet in the oven. And we're going to roast these for about 15 to 20 minutes. So no more than 20 minutes should be good, okay? All right. So like I say, the magic of, you know, cooking. I told you I had 2 bags of Brussels sprouts, so I've already have some to this point already in the oven. So I'm going to swap these out. I'm going to put these in the oven and take the ones out that I already have in the oven so you can see us finish them off, okay? So 1 second. All right, so these are the ones that have just come out of the oven. Again, they were in the oven for right at 17 minutes there, 400 degrees. And so what we want to do to that, I'm going to bring my bacon over here, my glaze. So right on top of those hot Brussels sprouts, I want to add some brown sugar. Man, doesn't that sound good to you? So I'm going to get a tablespoon of brown sugar here. Sprinkle that right over the top. Okay. We're going to give those a stir. So again, had I done all of this together and did the 2 pounds of Brussels sprouts, it would have been 2 tablespoons of the brown sugar, okay? So we got those hot there while it was hot. Got our brown sugar on top of them. Okay? And you can hear, you might not hear it through the phone here, but it still has a sizzle going from that hot cast iron skillet coming out of the oven. So it's going to caramelize and cook on top of those Brussels sprouts and really stick to them and give it a nice layer of sweetness to it, okay? So now we just want to get us a serving dish out. Okay. See if I can find stuff here. There we go. So got us a nice little serving bowl here. I'm going to take our Brussels sprouts. Pour them right out. Where's my spoon? I don't want to leave that goodness in there. Okay. Let me bring you right over here so you can see. So we got our Brussels sprouts out of the skillet. We put our brown sugar on them. Now we're going to take our bacon, kind of crumble it up right on top. Okay. And then we're going to take this balsamic glaze I like this already, you know, done balsamic glaze that you can get out of your grocery store. If you wanted to do it homemade, you would just take some balsamic vinegar and put it on the stove. And let it get to a boil and reduce down. And so a cup would probably reduce down to right at a half. So if you wanted to do it that way, you could. But I love this stuff. It tastes good and it saves you a lot of time. So we got our bacon on it. And then we just want to take this balsamic vinegar glaze and just put right on top there. And put some on this side. All right. And that is it, everybody. That's our savory Brussels sprouts with our shallots. Had the brown sugar in it. It had the bacon in it. And then just got the balsamic glaze on top. Ooh, I'm telling you. Put this with a piece of light flaky fish like some haddock or some cod, and you will impress whoever is eating with you. Okay, so let me just give you a last little shot of those Brussels sprouts again. See those chips of bacon in there? See the just caramelization on that Brussels sprout? The sweetness from the brown sugar is going to cut the bitterness that can be on the Brussels sprouts sometimes. That taste that Brussels sprouts give off can be a little bitter, so that brown sugar and balsamic glaze is just going to pair it very nicely together. All right, so that's it, everybody. Thank you for watching. It's been Torey Tolson here with you, bringing you another dish. I appreciate it. Let somebody know. Check me out. Share the video. I love to hear your comments. And look out soon. My website is going up pretty soon. And I got some other things for you on the way. So thank you guys for watching. Happy Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I will see you soon. But before then, if I don't, get to cooking. Okay? So good night, everybody. I'll see you later.